could give this team a run for their money. But offensively, this is the best football team I've seen offensively with my own two eyes. And I got some good eyes, 2013 in one eye and 2010 in the other. This is the best offensive team I've ever seen.
The rules change has helped these guys.
No question about it.
Boomer's got some converts now. All right, folks, later on, we'll talk with Patriots linebacker Teddy Bruschi as New England looks ahead to the playoffs. And speaking of the postseason, let's turn to the AFC picture first and tell you what's on the line. AFC West winner San Diego takes on the third seed. With a win or a Pittsburgh loss, they will then become the third seed. Now, the Steelers, champions of the North, need a win and a Chargers loss for the third seed. Tonight, Tennessee can capture the final playoff spot with a victory. Now, if the Titans lose, then that spot will go to the Cleveland Browns. Here's how the teams line up. As we take a look at the top-seeded New England Patriots, they are indeed the AFC East champions and will have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs. Indianapolis, winners of the South, are the 2 seed and will enjoy the other first-round bye. That will be next weekend. Jacksonville has a wild card and is the 5th seed. Dan, turning to the battle between San Diego and Pittsburgh for that third seed battle.
Well, the key here to the third seed for San Diego is important because, first of all, I don't think anybody in the playoffs right now wants to see Jacksonville, so you get to avoid Jacksonville because of the way they're playing, running the football, they're physical, they're not making mistakes on either side of the ball. And the other thing that's important is if you're the third seed, you don't have to go to New England until the AFC Championship game. So San Diego's going to be playing hard today for that third seed.
And, you know, I think when you look at the JB, you look at the 6th seed, it comes down. Tennessee plays Indianapolis tonight. You win, you're in. And I think the biggest question is Harrison, Manning, Bob Sanders, how much are they going to play? In Tennessee right now, they're playing great on defense. They've only given up one team in the last 5 games. One team has scored over 17 points against them. Their defense is playing well, but Vince Young has got to pick up his game. He's the last 3 games, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He has to play well and keep it close till Sorge gets in the game. Then you can put the heat on. But I think Tennessee's going to get this game tonight.
Boomer had everybody in this playoff scenario class last night, huh?
Right, that's exactly right.
All right, folks, and we'll get to the NFC playoff picture in just a moment. But first, here's a look at today's CBS doubleheader lineup. The Jaguars will visit the Houston Texans in the big early game. Then many of you will go to Baltimore for the Steelers and the Ravens. Elsewhere, the Chargers will tackle the Oakland Raiders. Now, as we get set to check in live at the game sites, we begin in Baltimore, where the Ravens have lost a franchise record 9 in a row as they host the Steelers. Pittsburgh, as we said, is trying to earn the 3 seed, but the Steelers have a question at quarterback. Phil Simms is there now, and he has all the answers. Hello, Phil.
Thank you, JB. You're right. I do have all the answers, but there's no question mark for the Pittsburgh Steelers at quarterback. It will be Charlie Batch today. We talked to Mike Tomlin last night, and he says, I'm going to be prudent. Ben Roethlisberger has a lot of nagging injuries. I want him to feel healthy and ready to go next week for the playoff game. For Charlie Batch, he's relieved Ben Roethlisberger many times. One good example, last year, opening game of the season against the Miami Dolphins, he threw 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He knows this offense very well, and every time he's come into play, he has played extremely well. For the Baltimore Ravens, at quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner Troy Smith will start again today. He started last week against the Seattle Seahawks, and I thought he played very well. His numbers, 16 of 33. He threw 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He moved around well. He showed a powerful arm, so they're hoping he'll give them a chance to win this game here today. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, some really key injuries and players that will not play. Besides Ben Roethlisberger, we have Hines Ward, the wide receiver, is out. Troy Polamalu is out. Those 3 are expected to play next week in the playoffs. Marvell Smith, the left tackle, and Willie Parker definitely out for next week's playoff game. Well, I'm here in Baltimore. I'm ready for the game. Believe it or not, Jim Nantz is getting ready. He's down on the field. He's doing some sprints. He's walking. Well, he's strolling along, drinking his coffee. I guess what I'm saying, we all have different ways of getting ready for the game. JB, back to you.
I know about that kind of sprinting. Hey, Phil, thank you very much, buddy. All right, folks, out west to Oakland we go, where the Raiders' Jamarcus Russell will make his first NFL start at quarterback. Meanwhile, San Diego has the inside track on the 3rd seed, and the Chargers are riding a 5-game winning streak. For more on this matchup, we turn now to Dr. Dan Dierdorf. Hello, Dan.
Hello, JB. Hope you're having a great one today. And it is a beautiful day here in Oakland after a couple days of rain. The skies are crystal clear. And they've opened up, you're right, for Jamarcus Russell, who's going to make his first start today, the #1 overall pick in the draft. He got his first extensive playing time last week against Jacksonville, and it was a disaster. He threw 3 interceptions. He looked very uncomfortable, made bad decisions, and on top of that, he even fumbled the ball trying to leave the pocket. Right here, he takes off, oops, and he forgets the football. So it's Jamarcus Russell, all eyes on him today as he goes against this very difficult San Diego defense. And talking about San Diego, it's all on LT as he goes for the NFL rushing title for the 2nd consecutive year. And as you can see, he's going against a Raider team that he's had a great deal of success against. Norv Turner told us yesterday he wants the #3 seed, and if he has to play his starters the entire game to get it, that's what he wants to do. Remember, last year's #3 seed in the AFC was Indianapolis, and they hosted the AFC Championship game. JB, back to you.
All right, Dan, and LaDainian Tomlinson wants that mark indeed. All right, folks, down to Houston we go, where the Texans are looking to finish with a .500 record for the first time in franchise history. The Jaguars have the 5th seed already locked up. Randy Cross, the question is, how long will Coach Jack Del Rio play his starters today? Looking handsome, Randy.
Oh, well, thank you, JB, and Happy New Year's to all of you back there in New York. Well, Jack Del Rio's team won't be playing some very key individuals when it comes time to for this game to kick off, and it starts with their quarterback, David Garrard. He will be the backup today. No Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew, Dennis Northcutt, Rasheem Mathis, Darryl Smith, Tony Pashos, Paul Spicer. You get the idea. This is about resting up for either going to San Diego or to Pittsburgh in the wild card round. But give Jack Del Rio credit. He cut Byron Leftwich. Everyone was waiting for that breakthrough year out of Leftwich. Well, between Garrard and Gray, they've given Jack Del Rio that breakout year with 24 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, and that position has been the biggest difference for this football team. For Houston, it's really been a highlight year for Mario Williams. 14 sacks. He's really had the breakthrough year, become the player everyone expected, and Andre Johnson has made the huge difference on the offensive side since he came back from that bad knee. Back to you guys in New York.
All right, Randy, thank you very much, buddy. And over on the NFC side of the playoffs, only one piece of the puzzle remains, and that's the last wild card slot. And here's what it comes down to today. Washington, quite simply, can grab that final spot with a win or losses by both Minnesota and New Orleans. Now, the Vikings need a win and a Redskins loss in order to get in, while the Saints can squeeze in with a victory and losses by both the Vikings and the Redskins. Now, as the #1 seed, Dallas, winners of the East, will have home field throughout the NFC playoffs. Green Bay, the North champs, are the 2nd seed. They've earned the other bye next weekend. Seattle has captured the West and the 3rd seed, while Tampa Bay has taken the South and the 4th seed. The Buccaneers will host the 5th-seeded Giants next weekend. And Shannon, your crystal ball, who takes the 6th seed?
Well, it was a little cloudy before this past weekend, JB, but it's coming crystal clear right now. But when I look at it, you look at the teams, Minnesota, New Orleans, and the Washington Redskins. Let's start with Minnesota. I think they got the best rushing attack in football. They have the #1 rush defense in football, but they don't throw it particularly well, and they don't defend the pass particularly well.
Killing them.
Okay, I agree with that, Boomer. So I don't think they're going to get in. Let's take the New Orleans Saints. They throw the ball extremely well, but their defense is too banged up to do anything, and that's been their Achilles heel all year. The Washington Redskins with Todd Collins, he's done a great job coming in. He doesn't commit the big turnover to hurt his football team. Clinton Portis is running the ball well. I think they're the most complete team of the 3 teams remaining. I think they beat Dallas today. I think they take that playoff spot. They're heading up to Seattle.
You know, for the Tampa Bay New York Giant game, we're going to find something very interesting out because the Giants played a meaningless game last night right to the end, and they played great, as Coach Cowher talked about, especially on offense and Eli Manning. Tampa, they're resting all their players. They're going to be resting their quarterback, their running back, and their wide receiver today. So what? You're going to take a look next week. I think the Giants go in with momentum. I think they're the team that can actually win on the road in the NFC playoffs.
All right, and folks, there's much more ahead right here on the NFL Today. While everyone else has been returning gifts at the mall, our guys have been studying film on all key Week 17 matchups, including 2 old acquaintances, the Redskins playing for a playoff spot, and the Cowboys trying to make franchise history. Plus, we'll ring out the old and bring in the new with our annual NFL Today Awards. Who's the biggest loser of the year? Don't be too quick to pick Miami. Meantime, it's been a perfect year for New England. We'll talk with the Patriots' Teddy Bruschi about last night's historic win and the upcoming playoffs. And hold everything. There's a flag. Could it be unsportsmanlike conduct on the officials? Charlie Casserly makes the call next.
We pile bills on it. We put our computer on it. Let dust gather on it. Throw a blanket over it and turn it into a fort. No wonder it feels right when we actually dine together on the dining room table.
Nick? The guy's a machine. He's extremely productive. But you never see him working late. You never see him working on weekends.
It's uncanny. I don't know how he does it.
Nick, I'll never forget the time he made 4 sales presentations in 4 different cities in the same day, and he closed every one. Amazing.
Millions of workers across America are on the path. The path that helps guide them step by step toward a rock-solid retirement. It starts right at work with a retirement plan managed by one of America's most trusted names, Prudential. Find your path. Let Prudential be your rock for retirement.
At GMC, we've been breaking down barriers for over 100 years. To create the 2008 Sierra Denali, the most powerful half-ton V8 ever. And the 2008 Sierra Heavy Duty, the most powerful one-ton ever. Part of the most extensive line of pickups available. That's progress. That's professional grade.
Heartburn changes everything. Fortunately, so can Maximum Strength Zantac 150. Just one pill relieves your toughest heartburn, all day or all night. So the suffering stops, and life starts. Heartburn? Attack it. Zantac.
Experience the power of Drew.
You talking to me?
In the Power of 10, the only show that asks the questions that have America talking.
What percentage of Americans said they have a third nipple? What percentage of Americans said if they stood up and looked straight down, they could not see their feet?
The Power of 10 returns Wednesday on CBS.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Now, I am joined for the Inside the Game segment by our NFL Today General Manager, Charlie Casserly. And boy, did this first one generate some conversation amongst the crew. Last week, umpire Jim Quirk pulled Green Bay linebacker Nick Barnett off of a pile, Charlie, by grabbing him around the neck. Now, the league disciplined the official, but the question is Barnett contemplating any action?
Well, let's first look at what happened here to Nick Barnett last Sunday. And you can see umpire Jim Quirk here pulling Nick Barnett back to the ground, throwing him to the ground, much to the chagrin of Coach Bill Cowher over there. And now you can see in the previous week, here's a horse collar, as Boomer called it, sending running back Jason Snelling. And here's one the league didn't even find themselves, Keenan Forney being thrown out of the way. Now, for his actions, he was fined $8,150. That's a paycheck. Now, as far as Nick Barnett goes, his agent Chuck Price told me what Nick Barnett was looking for was the league to acknowledge that umpire Jim Quirk was wrong in his actions and the league was taking this seriously. So on Thursday, Commissioner Roger Goodell called Nick Barnett and acknowledged that he regretted what happened and the league was indeed taking this seriously because Nick Barnett was so impressed that the commissioner would take time out from the holidays to call him. He's dropped any thought of filing any kind of grievance.
Not a laughing matter, but Bill Cowher says my player better not come and complain about that. Oakland Raider Warren Sapp tossed out of the game last week, Charlie, in which there were 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties assessed against the Raiders. Charlie, what happened here?
Well, first of all, Warren Sapp has been fined $75,000 for racial slurs directed at referee Jerome Boger. Derek Burgess was fined $25,000 for his use of profanity and a racial slur directed at line judge Jeff Bergman.
Wow, unbelievable. Okay, switching gears, Charlie. Let's talk about several coaches who were thought to be coming into the season in trouble, if you will. Starting first with Cleveland coach Romeo Crennel.
Well, in talking to the Browns over the last year, their number one objective has been to maintain continuity or create continuity within the organization, both on the field and in the front office. Now, Romeo Crennel has 2 years to go on his contract. I would say if they win today, that's 10 wins. I would look for him to get a contract extension. Jack Del Rio of Jacksonville. Talked to owner Wayne Weaver this week. Told me he's very satisfied with the job Coach Jack Del Rio is doing. They'll sit down after the season, have their yearly meeting. He has 1 year to go in his contract. I would look for a contract extension there. Tom Coughlin of the Giants. 1 year to go in his contract. Again, I would look for him to get a contract extension. And Mike Nolan in San Francisco. This week, Mike Nolan will sit down with ownership and have a meeting to review the season. Now, it has been previously reported that Mike Nolan has been guaranteed he'll be back next year. I've been told that's not necessarily true. However, it doesn't mean he won't be back either. Now, I think a big focus of this meeting is this. A month ago, owner Denise York said she wanted to hire a general manager. I think a lot of this meeting will determine whether they hire a general manager and what the authority that Mike Nolan will have or not have going forward. Hey, Charlie, a couple of veteran coaches in giving their own assessments of their status have said it's year to year. Mike Holmgren with Seattle. Talked to Mike Holmgren earlier this week. He told me that, yes, it is. It's year to year. He'll sit down at the end of the season and make a decision whether he'll come back and coach next year. And your former coach, Washington's Joe Gibbs. Met with Joe a couple weeks ago. He told me nothing has changed since early in the year when he told me he has every intention to, quote, finish the job he started to do. Hey, Charlie, let's move ahead to tonight. Tennessee plays Indianapolis, and certainly there's a playoff spot on the line for the Tennessee Titans. What's the likely scenario for the Colts playing their starters? Well, in talking to the Colts, first of all, let's start with Marvin Harrison. The plan is for Marvin Harrison to go out and warm up like he normally does, which means he will start over an hour before the game to get ready. Then Tony Dungy said he's going to make a game-time decision. Now, if you study Tony Dungy's history, he always goes on the cautious side here. If there's any question in his mind, don't look for Marvin Harrison to play. Peyton Manning will start the game. He needs 55 yards to get to 4,000. That would be his 8th straight year at 4,000. It's important to him. After he gets those 55 yards, look for him to go to the bench. You'll see Reggie Wayne play. You'll see Joseph Adai play, but not for a long time. Over on defense, they're going to start all of the starters, including Bob Sanders and Robert Mathis, but look for them to exit the game fairly early. All right, Charlie. Bill Cowher again says he would fire one of his players if he came over complaining about an official. All right, folks, up next, we'll go around the league and pick some of the big upcoming games today. The Titans, as we just talked about, may control their own destiny, but they have a rendezvous with the Colts, who've beaten them 4 straight at the Dome. Plus, the Vikings have mile-high playoff hopes, but which Tavares Jackson will show up? The NFL Today continues after this.
Why would I buy tennis lessons?
How's this? You don't have to pay the charge while American Express helps resolve it.
I don't get to dispute it?
We call it dispute resolution.
Resolve disputes. Interesting. Klaus Umlaut, umpire at the 85 U.S. Open?
McEnroe.
Wait, there's a chance that ball did hit the line. You're not evil. Come here. Less arguing. That's why I'm a card member.
Are you handling disputes with a simple phone call? Are you a card member?
Trapped by congestion and coughing? Break free with new Alka-Seltzer Plus Mucus and Congestion. It breaks up what's got your chest clogged up. New Alka-Seltzer Plus Mucus and Congestion.
The extreme power of Energizer Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Step 2, 3, and
whatever steps you're taking to impress your partner, don't let erectile dysfunction get in the way. Viagra, America's most prescribed ED treatment, can help you enjoy a more satisfying sexual experience. To learn more, take a spin around Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing. Now's the time to take the lead. Ask your doctor if Viagra is right for you.
You had a bad day, you take one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie, you're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day.
There's a town by the Rio Grande. It's called Lonesome Dove.
Governor, somebody's got to fight the Indians.
You're two of the best the state's got. We're the fighters, Woodrow.
Comanche, they're on us! Take cover, man! Stand right for!
Comanche Moon premieres CBS Sunday, January 13th.
Play Sprint Speed Fantasy against the NFL Today team for a chance to win a $5,000 grand prize. The guys that made their picks think you can do better? Go to cbssports.com/sprint.
And welcome back live to the NFL Today. Yes, we have fun doing the commercial breaks. It is now time for our pick segment. Hey, folks, hold on to your seats. Guess what? Dan was slinging it last week. He's 2-1, while Boomer was 0-3. So forget about the NFC and the AFC playoffs. What about you two?
Oh, we don't get no.
They're not even.
Are they fighting for last place?
Forget it.
Anyway, it is time now for our GMC Defend Your Pick, and we begin with the Cowboys against the Redskins. Redskins with the win, they're in the playoffs. The Skins have won 3 straight games. The Cowboys have lost the last 7 season finales. Cowboys, of course, already have clinched home field throughout the playoffs. Dallas at Washington, and the guys' selections are, Shannon's got the grin. What about the pick? We go with, unanimity, coach, defended.
Well, I think we all know it. The Washington Redskins right now, when you watch them play, they're playing with a sense of urgency. They got the playoffs on the line. Todd Collins has come in right now and given them a lift. Dallas is resting people. I mean, Romo's not going to play probably for a very short period of time. T.O.'s out. I think clearly Washington is the team right now is playing with desperation, and they're playing well. A scary team to see in the playoffs.
Minnesota at Denver. Dan Eric says, move along. I'll come back to you, I promise. The Vikings need a win, and the Redskins lost to make the playoffs. Now, for the Vikings, wide receiver Sidney Rice has an ankle. Cornerback Antoine Winfield has a shoulder. There are game-time decisions. Minnesota at Denver is a game. Let's see what the guys' selections are. Dan's got the handsome smile there. Dan.
Minnesota.
Dan. Talk to us, Dan.
You know, when you look at this team, they're a very physical football team. They can run the football. They're playing for everything in this game as far as playing for their playoff lives. Tavares Jackson has played pretty good up until last week when he made some mistakes. I think the key for him is to throw it on first down, loosen it up so they can run the football and not make mistakes and play that good run defense. I saw Denver on Christmas Eve. They did not play well. I know that. And I can't believe that Mike Shanahan's going to want to be embarrassed in the final week of the season at home. They've won their last 2 home games. I think that they'll be able to throw the ball on the Minnesota Vikings. That's how you beat them. And Jackson, you know, has been awful the last few weeks. So I think that's the ace in the hole right there for the Denver Broncos.
Close out your arrowhead.
Oh, no. And then Adrian Peterson, he still has a chance to win the rushing title, too. So
all right. Tennessee at Indianapolis.
That's the game, baby.
Titans win, and they're in the playoffs. Simple as that. Indianapolis already has clinched a first-round bye for the Titans. Albert Haynesworth with a hamstring should play for the Colts. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison, as you heard Charlie Casserly say, game-time decision. Tennessee at Indy. Shannon. Shannon.
You know what? I planned this all along. What's going to happen?
Like he was surprised.
I thought more people would go to Indy. What's going to happen? Tennessee Titans, Jim Sorger will come in the ball game, and Kyle Vanden Bosch will sack him, and now Peyton's back in the ball game. Throws for 3 touchdowns as Indy wins at home because they could possibly see this team again if they get in the playoffs. And Tony Dungy doesn't want his team to lose a home game to a conference opponent.
You're last place now. Forget it.
Watch out, Willie.
Go ahead, Coach.
Indy's going to get an early lead, go to the bench, you feel good about your team. Sturgis comes in, and it's all over. That's it.
But y'all knock him out the game, and then Payne comes back in.
Jackson, baby. Make my strong on the GMC Defensive Player of the Week. Log on to GMC.com/NFL. Still ahead, the Patriots are proud of going 16-0, but if they don't make it to 19-0, is their season a failure? We'll ask Teddy Bruschi. Plus, it's time for the 2007 NFL Today Awards. Who walks away with the honors when Dan bestows his Knucklehead of the Year award? And there's no holiday cheer when it comes to this.
Now he got TV and you solid fools. It's over.
Crunch time is coming up.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. American Express. Are you a card member? And by GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who want it more.
What's behind the grill is what matters most. For those who want it more, there's professional grade.
We so could have used this in college.
Adam? Is that you?
Leah? You look awesome.
What are you reading?
Need a moment. Dude, how can you read this? So juvenile.
Oh, you want to grab a coffee?
When you need a moment, chew it over with Twix.
Sometimes it's so hard to find what it is I'm trying to say. People might think you can turn creativity on and off, but it's not like that. It just kind of comes out. A mashup of all these things you collect in your mind. You never know when it's going to happen, but when it does, it's like magic. It's just that simple, and it's just that hard.
Bring ideas to life with print projects designed with Gwen Stefani at hp.com/Gwen.
Isn't there a faster way you can do this? No.
Doing things faster means waiting less. And with Sprint, you'll wait less to make calls with unlimited calling starting at 7 p.m. instead of 9. For more ways to wait less, go to waitless.org. Now get the Moto Razr V3M for only $49.99 from Sprint.
Lewis with the screen, lets it go. Got it!
Hansbrough, get out of my way, and it's tied.
Is this the dagger?
And passes to Ewing. Patrick Ewing.
The Amazing Race travels to India. A new episode CBS tonight after 60 minutes.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. Now, Toyota has just announced $500 cash back on a new 08 Camry for the first time ever. Or lease a new 08 Camry, well equipped, for just $209 a month. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon is going on now.
Depend on Local 12, the weather authority.
And welcome back live to the NFL Today on CBS, America's most watched network. And as we know by now, the Patriots did indeed make history, the first team to go 16-0. Linebacker Teddy Bruschi has spent his entire 12-year career with the squad, winning 3 Super Bowls on the way. And a short time ago, we spoke with him from Foxborough, and I asked him what was going through his mind when the game finally ended last night.
I was glad it was over. I was glad it was over, that we had won. There was an incredible sense of accomplishment, but I think this week more than any others, there was a lot more pressure because in our locker room, we talked about it a little bit this week, how we acknowledged what we could accomplish and being the first team that ever went 16-0. It was like a relief. It was like a relief, and at the same time, just a sense of, wow, we did something that's never been done before.
When you guys were down by 12 in the third period of play, New York is looking pretty good. I'm thinking, wow, you guys have to be sweating just a bit, even though you've been through a couple of close situations. Was there ever any doubt?
I don't think we have time to let doubt creep in because I think the experience we have that we've been in many close games before, in bigger games before, we focus on what's next. Those are the things we think about. We really don't worry about, oh, are we going to lose this game or not? We're worrying about what we have to do next.
Teddy, you guys 16-0, great season, unbelievable. Do you feel like it will be not a successful year for you if you guys don't win the whole thing?
I think that has to be talked about because I think regular season has to be the two words that have to be emphasized because what we did was in the regular season, and we do have bigger goals that we want to accomplish. We want to win the Super Bowl. We want to perform well in the playoffs. We recognize what we did was historic, and to enjoy that for a couple days and maybe take a day or two to accept all those phone calls and accept all the congratulatory wishes and then put it behind us and then move on.
Teddy, what would you say to Don Shula and the members of the 72 Dolphins if you saw them today?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is we have a tremendous amount of respect for that team, for what they were able to accomplish. Of course, we've matched them now for the regular season, but I think they would tell you first and foremost that it matters what you do in the postseason. Every time we talk about the 72 Dolphins, it's something to where we talk about they were the best team in NFL history.
Hey, Teddy, this is the final question. All of your potential opponents in the future want to hear the answer to this one. If your defense was playing your offense in a game, how would you guys go about stopping the New England Patriots offense?
You know, we have had heated battles in the last month and in various drills where we've been ones versus ones, and you know, a lot of times offensive win, defensive win. Do I want to give you the game plan, what I think, how it would be to stop our offense? Heck no, teams are going to have to figure that out themselves.
Hey, many thanks to Teddy Bruschi for taking the time to chat with us. And Shannon, as you've dissected this Patriots squad, talking about the linebacking core maybe being a little weak, but can anybody take advantage of it?
No, I haven't seen anybody take advantage of it. They've shown some vulnerabilities as of late, but because their offense is so prolific, they put so much pressure on you to play perfectly, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. As you mentioned, JB, no one has been able. But if you think about this, for them to go 19-0, they could possibly have to play a 14-2 in regular season Indy, a 14-2 Cowboys, a 13-3 Green Bay Packers, a 12-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. So for them to run the table, they will have completed the greatest season, I think, in the National Football League history.
No question about that. All right, folks, it's time now for the NFL Today Chalk Talk presented by McDonald's. And we are ringing out the year by ringing up the hardware and proudly presenting the coveted 2007 NFL Today Awards. We begin with the MVP, talking to Dan Marino.
Well, who else would there be? I mean, that's it. I mean, it's Tom Brady, 50 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. That's the amazing thing.
Right. Unbelievable.
You know, to play this whole year and have 50 touchdowns, guys, and go undefeated, but only have 8 interceptions, play really mistake-free.
All in favor?
Tom Brady.
Aye.
Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year, Coach.
I don't think there's any doubt about this one, too. It's Randy Moss. He broke a 20-year-old Jerry Rice record of 22 touchdown receptions. He's got 23 receptions. I think Jerry Rice, without a doubt, is the offensive player of the year.
Randy Moss.
All right,
good. Jerry will take it. Defensive Player of the Year, Shannon.
No question. Albert Haynesworth, 40 tackles, 6 sacks. But if you look at him when he plays, they're 9-3 when he plays. They give up 79 rush yards a game. When he doesn't play, they give up 160 yards rush. Kyle Vanden Bosch, he's going to the Pro Bowl. When Albert Haynesworth is not in the lineup, he has 1 sack. When he's in the lineup, he has 11 sacks, which is almost a sack per game. There's no question. Albert Haynesworth.
I'm going to say Albert had a great year, but you know what? Bob Sanders is the heart and soul of that Indianapolis defense, and nobody gives that Indianapolis defense any credit. They won them the Super Bowl last year as they came on, and they played great from week 1. They're the one team, I think, that can go into New England and beat them because of their defense and because of Peyton Manning.
All right, folks, you know what? We are not finished yet. Nope, we're not finished.
Okay.
Our outstanding panel of blue ribbon judges, they would be Dan, Coach, Shannon, and Boomer.
JB.
They put their heads together, I had nothing to do with it, and came up with some additional awards.
This was your idea.
Yeah, Eric, man, our producer, celebrating the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're all under the bus from this year in the NFL.
The biggest loser of the year award. Well, the 1-14 Dolphins would seem to be a lock, but when we told them they didn't win, Wayne Huizenga was brought to tears. Instead, the award goes to Arthur Blank, who lost quarterback Michael Vick to prison. No fun there. Coach Bobby Petrino to Arkansas. And Bill Parcells to Miami. For Humanitarian of the Year, the Eagles' Reggie Brown threw everything he had into it, but that was a drop in the bucket compared to teammate Brian Westbrook, who took a knee at the one and sacrificed an end zone celebration. The best field goal of 2007 goes to Cleveland's Phil Dawson with this doink heard round the world. Our Dan Marino presented his Knucklehead of the Year award to any coach who elected to kick to the Bears' Devin Hester. And the winner is Denver's Mike Shanahan. His Broncos got burned on both a kickoff and a punt return in the same game.
Devin Hester keeps making history.
The best costume design award goes to Clinton Portis for Choo Choo, the dance instructor.
Choo Choo. What I am, I'm a dance instructor around here. You know, I taught these boys how to dance. They need a little more fun off in there, like they need a couple more touchdowns, you know.
The worst NFL football field, it was unanimous. The soggy, mud-soaked Everglades of Pittsburgh. In the hotly contested Best Celebration After Touchdown category, the nominees included Chad Johnson with his Ocho Cinco Hall of Fame jacket celebration, Denver's Brandon Marshall for the snow shower, and the winner is T.O., who won everyone in advance. Get your popcorn ready. The Can Somebody Get Me Out of Here award goes to Donovan McNabb, who was sacked a dozen times in one game by the Giants and now may be ready to fly his Philly coop. On to the Best Handshake Award, where the winners are Bill Belichick and Eric Mangini for their post-game hijinks.
High fives, I really haven't thought too much about that. Cartwheels, you know.
Now, here are the nominees for the biggest distraction of the year, the New England Patriots Spygate. Anthony Smith's guarantee of a Pittsburgh win over New England. And the winner is Jessica Simpson, whose appearance at Texas Stadium backfired as the object of her affection, Tony Romo, suffered through his worst performance of the year. Finally, the Tom Landry Memorial Chapeau Award. Hats off to Tom Brady for trying to win yet another trophy. Brett Favre was the toast of the tundra, but the winner by a head with his fantastic fedora, Jags quarterback David Gaddard.
I appreciate everybody out there showing love with the fedora, and you're right, it's not for everybody, but it was for me.
Oh, you know what?
Tell the truth. Now, you had final say on that.
Oh,
You had the final say.
Knucklehead of the Year given by you. Your thoughts on that one. Dan, that was a beautiful award. Absolutely a award.
Thank you. We look like knuckleheads right here.
And tell me about it. My daughter Katrina says, don't come home, Dad. Hey, folks, it occurs to me the guys, looking back is pretty easy. But they will get out their crystal footballs, Boomer, and look ahead with your fearless football forecast for 2008, starting with Dan Marino.
Well, listen, we know Bill Parcells and everything he's done in his career as far as turning things around. I'm guaranteeing that the Miami Dolphins are going to double their win total.
I'm going to say this. My fearless prediction, and take this serious as I look at you, but the Minnesota Vikings, the only thing they're lacking right now is a quarterback. They got a great running game, a good run defense. Chad Pennington may be the quarterback that ends up in Minnesota. They want Donovan McNabb. He's going nowhere. Could be Pennington in Minnesota.
Flavor Flav!
Check Boosie Collins real serious on this one. My good friend, the environmentalist, that's what I am. Coach will be sitting right next to me next year. But in all honesty, I got Sean Hill leading the San Francisco 49ers until the playoffs as the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers next year. 49ers playoffs next year.
Conservative move.
I like it. Well, you know what? I'm going to say that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go back to the Super Bowl in 2009, and they're going to be led by none other than Coach Bill Cowher, so he could say we, they, when they're screaming, who day, who day.
No way, no way.
The man that's doing it.
I say no way, no way.
No way, no way.
Nah,
You're negotiating, right?
You know what? If someone had told me a year ago I'd be up here wearing these glasses this time of year, I said no way.
Hey, Coach, try this on for size. Coming up, folks, after gaining just 130 yards in his first 3 games, could LT win another rushing title? And will Donovan McNabb return to Philly? Or is this Eagle, is he indeed ready to fly the nest? Donovan, is that true? I don't know about that. Well, as we move from Donovan, we'll say the Chiefs and the Jets. You'll never guess what these two teams have in common. Hint, hint, it drives them both. Crunch time is next.
Going over and over? It's not just you. Stopping and starting? Going urgently? You're not alone. Lots of guys experience male urinary symptoms due to BPH, also known as an enlarged prostate. But for many guys, prescription Flomax may relieve urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week. And who doesn't want to spend less time in the bathroom? Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not prostate cancer. Common side effects of Flomax are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen. Upon standing, a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. So when starting Flomax, avoid situations where injury could result. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax. Do what millions of guys have already done. Ask your doctor about Flomax and call 877-4FLOMAX for a free 1-week trial. Why wait? Join the crowd. Flomax could make a difference in 1 week.
Sports and movies in HD free for 6 months. Plus, get a free HD DVR upgrade. Get over 70 national HD channels today, and more on the way with Dish Network.
Having trouble getting to work after a car accident? One call to Farmers Help Point could fix that. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
Hey, Coach, do you know that Coors Light tastes as cold as the Rockies?
You must think I'm dumb.
No, Coach, no, it's just that some people don't know the Rockies are cold.
Would they be someone that you would think would know anything?
No.
Hey, Coach, you ever consider changing your nickname from Big Tuna to Big Coors Light?
This conversation's going nowhere, okay?
Okay.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach, our girlfriends think we talk too much about football and Coors Light.
But that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Preaching to the choir.
Today's CBS Sports broadcast is being shot on Sony HD cameras. So when you watch the game at home on your Sony Bravia HD TV, you're watching it the same way a CBS cameraman does. On a Sony. High definition. It's in Sony's DNA.
Struggling to set up a new TV or computer this holiday season? You're not alone. 60 Minutes calls on the geeks tonight.
All right, folks, we welcome you back to our New York studios, 43 exactly, where it is crunch time on the NFL today. I'll read a statement, and the guys will answer true or false with their keypads. Dan, let's see if you can be as perfect as the Patriots. All right, folks, we go to the first question. Donovan McNabb will be the starting quarterback for Philadelphia next season. True or false? E-Man will hit you with the ear.
You know what? When I think of McNabb coming off that injury and what he's done this year as far as coming back, he's starting to run the ball a lot better. He's playing better the last 3 weeks. I think he's the best guy for the job in Philadelphia.
All right, next question. Chargers running back LaDainian Tomlinson will win the NFL rushing title. True or false?
Come on, Shannon.
Who's there? All right, Shannon. Your thoughts?
Adrian Peterson plays the Broncos, right?
Huh?
250 today. He beats LT by 25 yards.
Wow.
I don't want to hear that.
All right, Boomer.
Do not want to hear that.
LT wants it. I think LT wants it because his offensive lineman won it.
Oh, go ahead. Well, Dan just said it.
Boomer,
Why are you here, Boomer?
All right, next question.
Sorry, partner.
Hey, folks, take a look at this. Bill Parcells the Executive Vice President of Football Operations for the Miami Dolphins, ready for his first game in his new role today. At his side, former Packers GM Ron Wolf. True or false? Parcells will keep the Miami coaching staff intact. True or false? Be interesting to see what Dan has to say about that. Dan is hesitating. Dan, what's the answer?
I'm going to say false. I think that he's going to make some changes.
Hey, when he came in, I saw he had a bottle of Lysol in his hand. He cleaned the house, JB. ain't nobody going to be left there.
All right, let's see here. What's the next question here I'm going to ask you? Did I have this right here?
Yeah.
Make it
All right, let's go with Jim Quirk. Hey, Charlie Castle reported this already. The umpire, Jim Quirk, was fined $8,100 for his takedown of the Packers' Nick Barnett. How old is Jim Quirk, by the way?
66, JB.
True or false? The league was correct in fining this official. Coach Cowher went berserk on his coach. What?
JB, the guy is 66 years old. He's an umpire. He's trying to pull the guy away from fighting. He's 5'8", 155 pounds. He hasn't hurt anybody. To fine him is ridiculous.
You know what? He is wound a little tight, though.
I hear you. His position is an ex-linebacker, right? All right, folks. Hey, last year, Kansas City and the New York Jets were the two AFC wildcard teams. But today, true or false, they are playing in a U-Haul game. True or false? Shannon, what's a U-Haul game?
U-Haul game is that you make sure Monday by noon, all the power's out. Also, the rental people, they come pick up the furniture.
The cable, the phone.
Yeah, all that. And you don't stand around the pile because you don't want to be rehabbing in the offseason after injury in this ball game. Watch everybody. Hey, the guys coming. They're going to pull you away from the pile, make sure nobody gets hurt.
That's a bad environment.
This is a 2-hour game right here, Jay. Two-hour game, yeah. It's in the parking lot, the U-Haul. I got my homeboys crunking up early.
You're ready to go home, bottom line. Hey, folks, coming up, you'll be the first on the field when the NFL Today continues.
Hey, Janice.
Hey, Phil.
Janice, have you heard about Southwest Airlines' new Business Select? It guarantees that you're one of the first to board, you get extra Rapid Rewards credit, and you get a free drink.
Really?
Yeah, and the ticket is fully refundable.
Cool.
Well, happy birthday, Janice.
Thanks for remembering, Phil.
Business Select, new from Southwest Airlines.
You are now free to move about the country.
The misery of a cold hits all over your body. To feel better, immerse yourself in total cold relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus. It speeds relief all over and even dissolves pain. Feel relieved, feel restored with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
They use it to shoot the game. They use it to broadcast the game. They use it to produce the game.
The main man on the field today is Peyton Manning.
So why wouldn't you use it to watch the game?
It's Peyton Manning.
Nice Sony. Scoot over a bit, will you?
Nothing compares to a Sony Bravia HD TV because high definition is in our DNA.
Anybody got any chips?
When the heat is on, the pain is gone.
Heat therapy from Icy Hot. Better than a heating pad, heat therapy gives you up to 8 hours of muscle-relaxing, pain-relieving heat that goes where you go. Icy Hot Heat Therapy.
When the heat is on, pain is gone.
There's no way to hide it. If you drive drunk, we will find you. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement and cracking down like never before.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Sir, have you been drinking this evening?
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Make no mistake, you will get caught and you will be arrested. Over the limit, under arrest.
Hurry up, kids!
Going nowhere with expired credit card miles? Whew. Get Capital One's no hassle rewards with no miles expiration, no earn caps, and no blackout dates.
You should switch to Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
And welcome back to the NFL Today, where Coors Light takes you first on the field. The Bengals and the Dolphins are ready to do battle, so let's head out to Miami, where Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker are standing by. Gentlemen.
Dolphin Stadium in South Florida. Final game of the year for the Bengals and the Dolphins as they meet for the 17th time. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner, Steve Tasker. And welcome to South Florida, where today we'll get an opportunity to see two teams that are down and looking forward to next season. The Dolphins made big news last week when they hired two-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Parcells as their executive vice president of football operations. And it's no secret, Steve, Tuna coming into Miami means there are going to be changes.
Well, he was brought in, and believe me, after one win this season, they need big changes. And if Bill Parcells is a doctor brought in to look at a sick patient, he's the kind of guy that does not do surgery with a scalpel. He uses a chainsaw. So there's a lot of guys on edge today for the Miami Dolphins, not only on the players, but also the coaching staff. Cam Cameron may be one of the guys that's changing, because if Bill Parcells feels big changes are needed, he's going to make them now and then move forward. Why wait?
Coach Parcells settled into his office. He had an opportunity to watch practice this week. Needless to say, his presence raised the level of intensity during practice, and he's looking for Bill Parcells-type players. One player that may fit that mold is the great Jason Taylor.
Well, he's had a great year. Despite the record that the Dolphins have put up, Jason Taylor has remained one of the elite defensive ends in the league. 11 sacks. He's been here for 11 seasons. He's the kind of guy that you can build a franchise around. But, Gus, one thing you have to know, if you're going to build your franchise around Jason Taylor, he's a guy that's 33 years old. That is a consideration for the Dolphins.
So with a 1-14 record, there haven't been a lot of bright spots, and you have an older player like Jason Taylor still competing. The good thing, though, for this squad is that some of the young players have had an opportunity to get extensive playing time.
Well, because of those injuries, young players have been asked to step up. One of the guys that really was a bright spot in the first half of this season was Ronnie Brown. He was a guy that really proved to a lot of people around the league that you can build an offense around him. He's fast, big, physical, and does a lot of things. Chasen Allen, the 16th overall pick last year, really emerged this year as a great player in the secondary. And, of course, they want to know if Ted Ginn Jr. can be a legitimate #1 receiver here in Miami.
As for the Cincinnati Bengals, they're coming off a home win against the Cleveland Browns, and it's been a very disappointing year for this team. They were expected to push toward the postseason once again, but injuries have been a major problem. Right now they have 15 players on injured reserve. And when you talk about Cincinnati, though, you still have to talk about their dynamic offense led by one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL in Carson Palmer.
He is an elite quarterback. There's no question about it. You look at his numbers and you look at the quality of play he puts out every week. No question. You look at the 19 interceptions. One of the reasons is because he has not gotten support from the defensive side of the ball because of their injuries. And one of the reasons he's so good, his receivers. TJ Hushmanzada going to his first Pro Bowl this season. He's got a chance today with 11 receptions to lead the league in receptions. And then Chad Johnson, 4th in the NFL in receiving yardage, his 7th season overall of 1,000 yards. These two guys are dynamic. And if you want to know what to be on the lookout for in today's game, it is for Cincinnati. They want to win back-to-back games. Such a disappointment this season has turned out to be. They have not been able to do it yet this year. Look for TJ Hushmanzada and Chad Johnson to get on the scoreboard. And, of course, for Miami, it is all about lasting impressions. They want to prove, each and every guy on the coaching staff and on the roster, they want to be part of the big changes that take place in the Dolphins' future.
All right, coming up, it's the Dolphins and the Bengals from sunny South Florida. We'll have the opening kickoff in the starting lineup. Right after this, you're watching the National Football League on CBS Sports.
Start the celebration early with the Fruit Sun Bowl. Then a New Year's goal. Watch the Konica Minolta Gator Bowl on CBS.